Morning all, it's a Saturday morning, we've got a bit of time to spare, so I'll show you something new that we've just got in. One I'm interested in, one I'm very interested in. First up, from IBG, this is the 32nd scale PZL 11C. Originally when I saw this I thought, this will be interesting, let's see what they do. On opening the box and reading the reviews, you're actually looking at a kit that looks like it was almost made by Wingnuts without the fancy instruction book. This is such a lovely little kit. The detail, that's the fuselage, that's quite nice. The engine, all these sprues, or this bag of sprues is all engine. As you can see, it's really detailed. So, you know, it's almost got that Wingnuts feel about it. Nice detail. Again, that's part of the cowling, wheels. That's a fuel tank. Things like that. Again, we've got panels, all various bits and pieces. Have a look at the cockpit. This is all part of the cockpit sidewalls and all the rest of it. So again, it's got this little feel. That's the cockpit. Windscreen, wings. Only thing about the wings is, and I'm going to look into this. Very nice on the top, nice little sort of feeling about it and everything else. But the bottom of it has this raised detail, but I think that's actually supposed to be correct. So we'll have a look at that later. Nice big decal sheet, bit of etched metal as well. And this is the instruction sheet. Now the instruction sheet is quite extensive, it's quite good. But again, if you have a look at things like the motor, the cockpit, it's all very much the subtle feel of Wingnuts. They've really got to town. They've got all this sort of detail here, and it's just lovely. It's not a very big aeroplane, so it's not going to take up a whole lot of space on your shelf. But again, it is a very nice kit. Not a subject I was overly interested in, but after having a look at the kit, it's like, oh, I don't know, maybe this is worth giving it a go. So, very nice. It's two Polish markings, but I believe they've got other versions coming, including Greek and all sorts of other people, because quite a few other countries flew this as well. Now, this many years ago, when Monogram put out their 48 scale Heinkel 111, I spent a lot of money and bought a conversion to do a Heinkel 111Z. I hung on to it for about 20 years or so. I thought, must do this one day. Recently, ICM announced they were doing one, and it's just made my resin set quite boring. So, this is the kit that I've always wanted. I've got it in 72nd scale, I've got it in 1/144 scale, and now I've got it in 1/48 scale. This is just lovely. Now, you actually get two boxes in this, which is obviously the two boxes that the kits come in when they're normally as a single. But, if I can get it out of here. Whoa. There you go. You got to remember that there's two full Heinkel 111Z H6s in this, and the extra parts for the Z model. There's a lot of spare parts left over, so you can do all sorts of things. This box contains a lot of clear parts. So this sprue actually carries a lot of the parts for the Z. This is all the sprues. A lot of this is the 5 sprues to cover the 5 propellers, engines, all sorts of things. But a lot of this you're not going to use. So this is the center section. So this is all the extra drop tanks, extra engine parts, things like that. This, as I said, this is mostly all your undercarriages and engines and things like that. You don't actually use these props, but there's a lot of pieces in here. You've got to remember that you've got to do this 5 times for the engines, 4 times for the undercarriage, 2 times for the fuselage, all sorts of wing parts, all sorts of bits and pieces. This is the instruction book, very comprehensive, nice set of decals for her. As you can see by the orange bits, there's a lot of pieces you cut out, and when you consider this particular sprue, so you're going to end up with quite a few extra bits and pieces. So, you know, if you're looking for extra props, you're going to end up with some of them. So the instruction book, very comprehensive, nice detail. It's pretty easy to follow. We've had a bit of fun with it already, which I'll show something to you in a minute. But it's quite good. But as I said, you've got to build 5 engines, which I'm not going to sit down and paint 5 engines. I'm just going to build mine, paint them basic, put them into the positions, and I'm going to close it all up. After all that detail, you should leave one open, but I haven't got enough time in my life to do that. So we've got a lot of this, so all these bits and pieces. Colour schemes, there's 2 colour schemes, a white one and a green and blue one, both Eastern Front aircraft. So that's that. I'll show you the other box, just to show you that it's packed as well. And this is the other box. This has got more clear parts. A lot of these ones you won't use. This has got all your wing structures, tail planes, all that sort of stuff. So you're going to be doing sort of bits and pieces off each, but they've sort of bagged them so they've got each group is together. So they've got internal frames, things like that. Not much in that box, but that's what's mostly to do with that. Yeah, look, this will be quite an interesting. This is one of my favourite airplanes because it's just so weird. It was used to tow the gliders around. I do believe there's a 48 scale Gigant floating around, but I don't think I'm going to get one of them. I think there's a point to a stop. However, got this home last night, couldn't help myself, had to have a look. Here you go. This is a little bit of a test shot of some of the parts and everything else. The fit is quite good. However, what I have discovered is on some of the pins for the joining the parts together, either the pin is too big or the hole is too small. So you need to probably go around and have a look and do it up a little bit just to open those holes up. Other than that, once you've done that, the fit is really, really good. As you can see, it's quite a wide aeroplane, but not very long. So against a ME-109, she's quite a big unit. They're both 48 scale, so that gives you a good idea of scale. Yeah, it's quite nice. What I have done though is to make sure every sub-assembly on each section of the instructions, I've actually written on it somewhere where it comes from, because you can get things mixed up a little bit in the way of parts and things like that. So there's a lot of duplication, and there's also some parts that you have to have for certain things. So just give yourself a bit of time, a bit of effort. I'm actually going to build mine where I can unslide part of, or one fuselage, because there's a strut through there, quite a big strut through there, so you can separate it out. So I'll probably build it as one half and then have the other half. So just finishing off, that's what we've got for you today. Keep a lookout, we've got lots more coming down. As I said, one of my favourite aeroplanes, except for the B-17, which I'm going to be doing shortly. Have a look at this kit, have fun with it. It's just wild. So have a great day. See you next time. Take it easy. Bye bye.